Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So correspondence. Okay. Public Library Fund for September. Looks like the county came in at 23,650. Okay, I need to figure out how to mute YouTube because it's feeding back to me.
We can all mute ourselves.
Well, we can.
Okay, sorry. My YouTube was feeding back to me and it was repeating everything I was saying. County, it was $123,659.14. It looks like our share of that was $76,668.67. This is up 3.2%, state estimates, but they did send us a message and cautioned a lot of not to be too excited about this because this was from June, July stimulus efforts, and it's most likely not going to continue in this trend. There should be in your correspondence, I don't know if you guys seen a copy of it in Dropbox or it was sent to you. We sent a letter to the county commissioners. They contacted us last week and they have some CARES money that they want to help us. So they asked for a list of items that we need or can use because of the pandemic. So Lynn sent her a letter, sent them a letter with all the, like the PPE, the things that we could definitely use because of the pandemic. We haven't heard back from them yet, how much they're willing to fund for us, but we're hoping that we'll get a little bit from that. We received a letter from Jill Hall from the auditor's office, just saying that we are going to remain at 62% and UTPL is going to remain at 28% for the Public Library Fund Division. Ohio Library Council updates, the virtual trustee dinner.
See you later.
Did anybody go to that or is it coming up? Don't know. Me either, sorry guys. Census ends the 30th. Amber, did you have anything to say about that? Okay. There's a legislative advocacy meeting scheduled in October. House Bill 606, did you guys hear about that? The public immunity, which will be good for civil immunity, be good for libraries so they can't sue us if they get, you know, COVID and try to blame the library for it. I have no idea what Senate Bill 357 is. Sorry, guys. I'll need to educate myself on that one. I tried to look it up earlier, but I didn't see anything that was related to CARES Act funding. National Voter Registration Day is September the 22nd. Last day to register to vote is the 5th of October. And I don't know anything about the OLC trustee newsletter, so sorry about that. That's our correspondence.
Sorry about that newsletter. We all get it sent to our house so we can read it.
Okay.
We have a copy.
Yeah, Heather, the civil immunity was huge.
Yeah.
Huge. A lot of companies in corporate America are waiting for that federal immunity, you know, so they
Well,
don't have to worry.
I think it's a good thing because we do have too many Sue happy people out there that's looking for a little bit of extra. So being protected, I think, especially since we are taking as many precautions as we are, I think that was a good thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hey, does everybody know we have a chat function on Zoom?
Oh,
Tracy, I just sent you a message. Do you see it, Heather?
I see it.
Yeah, okay, because we use that a lot at work. You know, if something comes up or whatever, just want to make sure everybody's aware of that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, next is reports. the financial report, Sarah.
Okie dokie. These reports are going to look a lot different next month, because I just deposited a check for $100,000. So that was fun. That's for the CRF fund. General fund salaries, $42,637 for the month of August. Benefits were around $11,500. Library materials and information and supplies were about $11,396. So total expenditures for the month was $89,452 out of the general fund. So we're 8/12 of the way through under the year-to-date expenditure side. So we are under for most all of our funds. So that's good. That's where we need to be right now. We don't know what the future holds. Bank reconciliation report. And so our UAN balance was 965,578. We had receipts. That was the PLF, and then some other receipts was $92,011. Payments, we had 103,000. So our adjusted bank balance as of 8/31 was 954,495. So that was slightly less than July, not by much. Bank balances is the next report that just kind of shows what I just talked about. Our primary bank, which is, why can't I think of our bank? I don't know. 631,462. First State Bank, 3,336 was our balance in there. And then the Star Ohio is 325,533. Outstanding payments. I do have quite a few from August still outstanding. Structured employee benefits is the majority of those. They're always kind of slow to cash. Our general fund cash flow for 2020 under the actual August, our public library fund, or PLF, for August was 82,721,000. We did receive some tax money back in the amount of $1,921. We had some other receipts for $7,300, and then all of our general fund things that I already talked about. So we're right where we should be for that. Cash summary by fund. Our expenditures for August was 103,000. 103,000. That was from all the funds. The fund balance left us at 954,000. August 2020. So that's the spread. That's the report that used to be in Word. I just changed it to Excel spreadsheets. Changed my life so much easier. So our payroll listing, all of the payments I made in August were $52,964. Our two payrolls, slightly more than the previous months, because we do have some furloughed people back working some hours. So our first payroll of August was $20,532. And then that last one in August was $22,532. The OPERS board share was $6,029. Medicare $601. Our insurance was so much significantly less than last month because we got a huge credit. I had mentioned we would see that. So total expenditures, $103,123.05. Payment listing. Any questions about the payments? No. Open POs currently, $68,742. That's the open POs as of August. Questions, comments?
Okay. Do we have a motion to accept?
I move.
I'll second.
Mark,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Barb,
Yes.
Karen.
Hear me? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
And
Barb's
Kathleen.
here.
Oh, well,
Wow.
Kathleen,
yes.
thank you.
Okay, then, do we have a motion to approve revenue and appropriations for the CARES CRF grant?
I'll move.
I'll second it.
Mark,
Yes,
Sue,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Barb,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
and Kathleen.
Yes.
We're
And
getting
then
so much
5A3, that special fund for CARES mini grant will not be established because the grant not funded. That was underneath there. So I guess next we move on to,
Wait, we
What?
still need to motion because in the event that we get money from the county commissioners,
yes,
they have said, I think that kind of falls underneath the special fund. Even though we can get the mini grant, this is hopefully to cover whatever the county commissioners give us from the CARES.
okay. Do we need a motion on that? Or can,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
okay. Do we have a motion for that then?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Mark,
Yes,
Sue,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
Barb,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
and Kathleen.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Next is the librarian's report.
Okay. So I guess everyone's got a copy of our building reports and statistics.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay, so Lynn has some notes here that other libraries are reporting that they're down 40 to 70% of what they were last year at this time. So
Yeah.
I think we're all kind of falling in the same lines of activity at the moment. I do believe that there was a patron purge. Was that in August that happened? Do you remember, Amber? Tanya, do you remember?
Oh, that's what that is.
Okay.
No, not exactly.
We usually do a big patron purge once a year, and that's the fines up to $25 and have not been used for 3 years. So I'm assuming that happened in August. Library cards we had a huge surplus that happened you're going to see the numbers in the end of August, the beginning of September because of e-library cards. We connected with the 9th grade freshman language arts teachers at Western Brown. They contacted us and we had like 100 library card applications in a day for freshmen. And then we were also contacted through chat by a teacher from Fayetteville, one of the language arts teachers, and I think we had 20. So we had quite a few that came through, and you'll see that in the numbers. We also had a 4th grade teacher at Mount Orb that contacted me about getting e-library cards for all the students because they had several parents that are fearful of sharing books and sharing germs, so they want to use more of the digital resources. So we sent an instruction sheet to be sent home to parents so they knew that the teachers wanted the kids to have library cards. So you'll probably see more of those e-library card applications and numbers coming up for stats for the next couple months. And then she also has a note that through YouTube, she got an email that we had 430 views of the videos that we put out for our programming. I think in all, we have about 20 hours of programming that we have put out through YouTube, and pretty excited, I guess, of 430 views. So hopefully that keeps climbing. as more people are home and not coming in. Let's see. Did you have any questions about our statistics or our building reports?
Sounds good.
I
Yeah.
have a quick one. Just, do you have a general sense of like how many people are coming in and out of the libraries each day that are actually physically coming in? How does that compare to before?
Oh, well, since we're still doing appointments, it's definitely not as high as before. But I know at Mount Orb, we stay pretty full to our appointment schedule. We actually have a lot of curbside appointments. So we can't really account those in our attendance count. But we keep track of how many holds that we're filling that way. And it's pretty big number. What about my other managers? What would you say?
At Fayetteville, I would say that our number for attendance is down to about a quarter of what it was before. So it's pretty reduced. Our appointments are staying booked. In fact, at one time today, we had all of our appointments in at one time, and we had 2 different lines ringing at the same time. So literally every staff member that was at the library was engaged in something. We were completely maxed out. And that seems to be the case for all the libraries every day. So we're super busy. It's just not a head count, just different ways of reaching out. I do want to share that tomorrow I will be conducting our first ever Facebook Live only program. So I'm kind of curious to see how that goes since we started doing YouTube for story time and recording and things like that. We've had more of a digital presence. So I'm going to attempt a Facebook Live genealogy Q&A tomorrow night at 6. I did that in a way that it could be archived. So even if we don't get views or participation at the time, hopefully people will go back and review it and we'll get views that way. So that's really what's going on there.
What about you, Tanya?
We stay pretty busy. The phones ring off the hook constantly. We have lots of walk-ups, so lots of doorbell ringing that of people who do not have appointments previously made. Like Amber, it is significantly lower than we're typically used to, but for this time, we are staying very busy.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Announcements.
Okay. So facilities, Dan Volts, I think, is out this week, all of the branches to finish our fall tune-up. And hopefully he doesn't find anything wrong with anybody. It's going to be perfect this time. I can just envision it. The Adamsons has contacted all the branches to follow up on I think our inspections were in March, and everybody had a little bit of work or a lot of work that needed to be done. So they'll be here in Mount Orb during Fair Week. So I'm assuming all the other managers are in contact scheduling those as well. You can all see Lynn's had a whole lot of meetings over August and September like she always does. I don't know how she still has hair in her head. Our fall programs, the fall feeding with the Children's Hunger Alliance, that began this week. And it has been crazy. I don't know how everybody else can attest, but so far we have fed 40 kids here in Mount Orb. When I did the application, I did it for 15 because I had no idea. It was after school program feeding. So when I did the application, I said, we'll have 15 to 20 kids. And then 2 days in and we've had 40. So
That's par.
So I contacted Tika and said, I need more food.
Yeah.
So some of the branches, we do not have to do, originally we had to do an enrichment activity with them. It was part of the requirements through the Ohio Department of Education. We don't have to do it anymore. That was waived, and that's why Georgetown and Fayetteville can participate now, because that got extended the summer. Lower guidelines got extended, so that goes until December at least. So through December, we're able to participate with this program at all 4 branches.
Good, 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 good.
Each branch is doing family story times by appointment. So I think it's pretty much set up where they can schedule up to 8 people to come in and do a story time. They space them out. So they are socially distanced unless they're from the same family. And we've had several of those where it's a lot of them have been like a mom and her sister with their kids, or mom and so as long as they're comfortable with their kids rolling all over each other,
It's par.
it's part. We're all in contact with our local schools and Brown County Educational Service Center, trying to figure out how we can help. I'm not sure if under this part, it talks about it, but we are going to start the Help Now free tutoring, online tutoring. We've signed the contract and hopefully we'll go live at the end of September. And it seems like it's a really nice program. Cincinnati Public uses it, Cleveland, Columbus Metropolitan Library, they use it, and they have some good things to say about it. And all the managers are kind of working on a trial right now to test it so we can be ready for it when it goes live. Megan, our children's librarian, she is playing with it and getting ready to talk to the teachers about it for the teachers in service in October. So we're pretty excited that we're able to offer that service. Staff Development Day, it's usually scheduled one Friday in November. Now it's got to be different. So we're scheduling an individual training at each branch. Tanya has been working very hard with the Staff Development Day team. It's going to be a half day, and we're working with our staff to try to figure out the best day for it right now, but it's going to be during the first couple weeks of November. Let's see, grants, Guiding Ohio Ohio Online in September the 30th. There is the rolling application through the Appalachian Ohio and United Way. The CARES mini grant did not get funded. They ran out of money. We were funded the $100,000 for the COVID related expenses, and the CARES funds through the county. Hopefully something will come from that. The Budget Commission meeting about library funding took place without the libraries present. Funding confirmed is 62% BCPL, 38% UTPL. It's unchanged. The BCPL staff to present sessions at the county teacher in service. We were able to do that last year in person, which it was fantastic. We got to really connect with a lot of teachers, and we got really good responses from it after it. So that was good.
That's good.
Yeah, this year it's going to be done different. So it's not going to be live and in person at, I think it's all going to be Zoom. Not quite sure. We were invited to participate. So we're going to have a couple live sessions, but we're also going to record some different sessions too, to show them what the library offers. So Megan is kind of running with that right now, and she's coming up with some, what we need to really focus on with the other children's programmers. And Ohio Plan Cybersecurity Assessment was completed with a score of 9 out of 14, which is satisfactory.
That's good.
Last year's it said it needs improvement. So I guess if we just keep moving forward,
Yeah.
improving, and we will man the chamber booth during the Brown County Fair. I think Tanya and I are going to have a couple hours to talk to people about the library. So
In the chamber booth, right?
in the chamber booth, yep. We don't
Okay.
have a library booth this year. We get to take over the chamber booth for a couple hours.
Well, that's good. That's easier on everybody, actually. Yes.
Yeah, I think when we were asked, we all were kind of like, oh, how can we fit this in? We can do this. Okay, so that was all she had on here for announcements. Did you have any questions about that?
No, that sounds good.
All right.
And I don't think we've had any committee meetings, right?
No,
No.
we no longer are having any meetings.
So next on the agenda is a discussion regarding the 2021 calendar.
Okay,
Right.
so I'm going to ask if it's okay, if we can table this for next month and maybe be thinking about it. We did talk about it in our last managers meeting, and we all had some different ideas that we were throwing around. And we would like to, if possible, have a few more ideas for you by the time we meet next time.
That's okay with me.
Yeah, it's okay. You want more time, more days closed? Is
I
that the
I'll
thought?
tell you what I asked for.
You know, I just happened to drive through Milford where that new library is there next to the church.
Yeah,
And it's got a sign out, open full hours now. I wonder if
I
that's
know.
true. Are they open back like they were before this all started?
We can send a spy over there to find out if that's true.
Okay, so I will tell Lynn that we're tabling the discussion for the 2021 calendar.
Okay, that's fine.
That's fine.
Okay, next on the agenda is update on utility contracts, electric for Fayetteville, Perry, Mount Orb, and Sardinia.
If you remember last meeting, we accepted or approved a new contract. The bid, or we had, the quote we had was good for 30 days. And in the time that we had it approved to the time we told them it was approved, it changed. And it actually went up like 1/100th of a cent. So it's not, yeah, but we want to make sure that you knew that it did change from when you approved it last month.
Okay. Did
I
we
was like
change
1/100th
people?
of a cent. I'm sorry.
Did it change people? Heather?
No, it's still the
It's-
same energy group.
Okay,
Just the quote, which every time I see a quote come through for something, it's like good for 30 days.
I know. They're getting really tight on those things now.
Yeah, they are. I was like, well, they got to squeeze that 1/100th of a penny off of us.
That's right.
Status report on reopening plan.
Is that the purple sheet?
Maybe.
Maybe. Do you have the colored sheets, Heather?
I do. Yes, it is
Good,
a purple sheet. Sorry, I'm just
good.
straight down the agenda.
Okay,
I think really there's not been a whole lot of changes. We did resume to 3 and we added evening hours right after the last managers meeting or right before the last managers meeting. We are moving to 4 full days starting October the 5th. So we will be changing 2 days to have evening hours and then have 2 days of the 9 to 4 hours. And that is what she has on here. She said her next step is probably to add a Saturday and then change some of the staffing that are on furlough, having more people back at greater hours, having our 30% or 30 hours and up back at 100%, and then the others at 75%.
when did this 4 days start?
October 5th. Our our 3.5 days started around August the 10th. That was when we
Yeah.
that evening.
Yeah.
And we're planning on extending it to 4 full days, October 5th. And that
Okay,
GU will just have ended. So we'll have more staff back off of furlough with more hours to
okay, that's good.
do that. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, right.
motion to approve disposal of property.
I think you see,
Oh.
it was a yellow sheet. There was
Yep,
a
That's it. That's it.
printer from Jenny that is dead. So she wanted to give it.
So we have a whole sheet of paper to say, we're getting rid of the printer. Okay. Okay, do we have to okay that?
Yep.
I move,
Okay, I make a motion to get rid of that. First motion. I need a second motion.
Do we have a
I
second?
make a motion to get rid of it. Are you gonna
Okay.
do it? Okay,
Do we
I
have a
thought I heard
second?
Barb. I thought I heard Barb. Did she make a second?
Yes.
I'll
Okay.
make a
Mark?
second.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
okay.
Mark,
yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Tracy,
You're muted.
thumbs up.
Yes, my space bar wasn't working. I was tapping my space bar, but it just wasn't doing the job. Sorry.
Barb,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes,
and Kathleen.
Yes. Okay, next, motion to approve purchase of laptop configurations to support remote work activities of staff approved by the executive director not to exceed $12,000.
that sounds great. Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the laptop configurations to support remote work activities of staff approved by the executive director. Not to exceed 12,000.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Mark,
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Tracy,
Tracy's doing homework. Tracy?
she's having a heck of a time with that.
She's trying to get that space bar to work because it worked right after the last time. So yes.
Okay,
Barb,
Yes.
Karen,
yes,
Kathleen.
Yes. Okay,
Kathleen,
yes.
I got a new agenda
It
today
says,
that had,
it's not my first
added-
name up there, Barb. Is that what you're looking at?
no, I got a new agenda today that had an item added before that.
The contract with Library Design.
Yes.
and
So, and I move that we contract with Library Design for new book drops.
okay,
The motion that was on this new agenda said motion to approve contract with Library Design Associates for the removal of existing book drops and replacement with new book drops for all branches at the cost of $36,140. Expenditure of CARES funds replace deteriorating equipment needed to facilitate social distancing and safe materials handling.
I'll move.
okay. Second,
I'll second.
I did second, Barb.
Mark,
Yes.
Sue,
Yeah.
Tracy,
Yes.
Barb,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes,
and Kathleen.
Yes. Okay, since we already had the executive session, then we'll move to other business. Any other business?
Yeah.
Mark? I think we've set a record.
yeah. I don't
Um,
know what time it is, but it's gotta be early.
No, actually, my record is 37 minutes and this has only been, oh, I'm sorry, it's 47 minutes. This is only 50 minutes. You missed it by
Okay.
3.
Okay.
So
Close.
Hey,
Mark,
we didn't set a record then, huh?
Hey, I need to ask the group something real quick.
Sure.
Okay.
everybody.
Yes.
Okay, so I watched a movie for the first time last night, 1975, Jack Nicholson, One Flew Over the Cuckoo Nest. Has anyone seen it?
That's the first time you've seen that?
I've never seen it.
Wow.
And
I don't get it. Why did it win all those awards? I mean, I thought Nurse Ratched was going to be this, evil person. She wasn't. I don't get, did everybody like it?
I thought it was awesome.
Okay.
Back in 1975.
But I haven't
I
seen
think
it
things date
lately.
over time and they're just
Yeah,
not quite as
I-
good sometimes.
I was not in the country that year.
At the time, it was a very good movie. I don't know what it would be if I watched it again.
It's on Netflix.
Okay, well, I don't get that, but I get Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Well,
That's kind of like watching Soylent Green. And I thought, oh gosh, I remember that as a great movie. And I watched it and I thought, oh my gosh, this is a terrible movie. But,
you
Yeah,
know,
back in the
person-
day, everybody liked Gilligan's Island too.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
you know why I watched it? I watched it because on Friday, Netflix is releasing a new show. And it's called Nurse Ratched.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And they're going to do her origin story. And apparently she's this big, mean, nasty, murderous person. And that comes out on Friday. So, I said to my wife, well, let's watch One Flew Over the Cuckoo Nest. And we did. And it's the first time. And then I saw it won 5 Academy Awards or Oscars.
right.
Danny DeVito's in it. Christopher Lloyd's in it.
Wow.
Yeah, all these people. And it was a very young.
Jack Nicholson is in it. Yes.
Do you remember, I can't remember the name of it, Jack Nicholson, where he drove a camper? And I think, who was it played Nurse Ratched? Wasn't she in that movie too? And I can't even think of the name of it now. He drove that camper, remember?
No,
Like-
that doesn't ring a bell. Are you talking about The Shining?
The what?
The Shining?
Shining.
No, The Shining, he was younger. This, he's older and he drives a camper.
No.
Google it.
No. Guess you'll have to have a Jack
I'll have to look
Nicholson
that up and share that
film
with you next
festival.
month.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so the next meeting is Wednesday, October the 21st at Mount Orb Library or Zoom. I'll
okay.
be kind of glad when we can get back together.
I know, it'll be nice, won't it? Oh,
It'll be nice if I can get my meeting room available for you to be able to use that night. You may have to meet, if you do get to meet in person, over food boxes and quarantine items.
we can always hope.
Yeah.
Kathleen,
Oh.
Yes,
that movie's name was About Schmidt.
yes.
Oh,
that
about
was it.
Schmidt, I remember that, yeah. He's
And
older. and he's
wasn't
retired.
the woman that played the nurse, wasn't she in that too? In fact, I think it was a little bit risque. Didn't she get in a hot tub or something naked?
I don't remember.
What year did that come out, Tanya?
2002.
Oh, wow. Okay. So he was older.
Yes.
Yeah, he
Yes.
definitely was older. He was in the retired position. And
Okay.
it was the children that he
He's
was,
played some pretty good parts,
yeah. He's quite an actor. So, okay, so we're done, we're finished?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes?
Heather,
right.
can I ask a favor? Last month when Lynn's thing was postponed, I got sent a copy of the document,
Right,
the evaluation document.
Okay.
Could you send me, if you have a digital copy, could you email me a digital copy of it? If not, send me for Sarah's evaluation. I'm going to digitize it and turn it into a template, and then we will never have to write it at the table by hand again.
Okay, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yay. Thank you,
All right.
Tracy.
That's great. Yeah.
All right, well, good night,
Okay.
everyone.
Good night.
Good night, all.
See you next month. It'll be almost time to vote. Oh, I can hardly
And,
wait.
And then maybe the Bengals will win tomorrow night, huh?
You think?